A buddy of mine has a lawnmower that's not working, and they want to take it to a dealership to have it worked on. So they wanted to borrow one of my trailers. It's a 20-foot car hauler. It's the only one that I have that has ramps on it, so it'd just be the easiest to take it with, and it won't fit in the bed of my truck or anything. But it being 20 foot, it's a little bit different than taking a regular trailer. You know, you got to make wider turns, so I'd feel more comfortable me driving it. So I'm going to take it up there and load up their lawnmower and take it with them. They don't really want to try and fix it themselves because it's brand new and it's under warranty. But there are a few things that I think we can look at to see if we can get it running before having to take it up there. Because if they take it up there and they diagnose something as being wrong with it that was potentially on them instead of on the manufacturer, then they might charge them for it. So I'm gonna take a few things with me and see if we can figure it out. So I'm gonna load up the trailer. I'm gonna use the tractor to move it over, and then I'll use the truck to haul it over there, and then see what we see. But anyway, I'm gonna take my box blade off, and then I'm gonna put the trailer mover that's over there somewhere, use the tractor to move this here trailer. I gotta get my chains and chain binders and everything. And this is what I'll be using to carry it. Also, another thing I'm gonna do at some point, I'm going to cut this off, move it up to here, re-weld it on so that I can put a toolbox so I can put my chain binders and chains and everything right there instead of having to carry them like in the bed of the truck. I think that'd be neat. All right, the trailer has been moved. Sushi is already under the trailer, of course. I'm gonna grab the chains from the front porch here, put them in the bed of the truck. Also gonna get my air compressor to blow out a fuel line. Probably a spark tester, just make sure the spark plugs haven't been fouled. Chains. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure I got the right ball. 2 5/16 with the drop, which I need for that. I shall also bring the air compressor. I'm not gonna bring my spark plug tester. If I need to test spark, I'll just remove the plug and hold it up against the metal housing. I really need to consolidate all of my mechanic tools. And I have this nice little toolbox that I moved everything out of. But then as I've been working on the house, everything just kind of gets scattered all over the place. But I need to consolidate it all so that for stuff like this, I can just pick it up, put it in the bed of the truck, and take it with me. Or if I want to come work out here, I can just pick it up, put it out here, and get to work. But I am cursed with this organization. Little bitty pre-trip check. Usually only do left blinker, reverse lights work, everything's good. I'm gonna make sure the brake controller works, and should be good to go. Brake controller's working. I don't know why I'm showing you the speed. I'm not sure you can see anything, but we are slowly coming to a stop. You don't want it to bind up when you hit the brake. You want it to just give you some assist, especially if you're not hauling anything heavy. So I don't have it set on like boost or anything. It's just enough to slow the trailer down. That way the trailer speed doesn't overtake the vehicle speed, and then you get the little swerves back there that can only be mitigated by going faster in the truck, which is never fun. This thing used to not have a brake controller on it. I pulled some heavy stuff with it and had some of the trailer speed wobbles, and really the only thing you can do is go faster until it gets in line and then hope you hit a uphill where you can slow down gradually. Don't recommend it. Anytime I'm hauling a trailer, I like to get out at the end of my driveway here after going over a bunch of bumpy stuff and just doing one more check. Make sure everything's still on there good. Chains look good. The coupler still looks good. Make sure the wheels look all right. Nothing's loose back here. Gonna come off and flop down in the roadway. Everything's retained. Wheels on this side look good. Everything looks good from this side. So all right, we'll get back on the road. I've made it to the place. The trailer is backed in. I don't know where the lawnmower is though. I don't know if I need to pull it somewhere else so we can get to the, no, it's right there, I see it. So I'm close enough. So we shall take a look, see what we see, and maybe get something fixed, or maybe just take it to this dealership. Either way, helping a friend out, it's always good. Here's the lawnmower, and here's Sarah, whose face I will blur if she doesn't want me to put her in there. I haven't actually asked her yet, so. Tis a Cub Cadet. It's got a Kawasaki FR691V. It's a 23 horsepower carbureted motor with a mechanical fuel pump. I'm pretty familiar with the Kawasaki motors just because basically every mower I've ever had has had a Kawasaki motor on it. I really like them. I actually want to swap the carbureted FX850V on my zero turn for an FX1000 EFI. which is fuel injected, because that would be sweet. But then I'd have to like re-weld some parts and fix some other stuff. And honestly, at that point, it might just be worth it to buy a different lawnmower. Anyway, we're gonna see what it's doing. And if we can't fix it just really easily, we'll load it up and we'll take it by the dealership. Sarah's going to find a little screwdriver so I can turn this hose clamp around. So essentially, this is the mechanical fuel pump for the engine. This is the fuel inlet from the tank. It's got the fuel filter on it. This is the vacuum hose from the engine that sends pulses to the diaphragm that draws fuel from the fuel tank through the filter and sends it out into the carburetor. So we're going to take this clamp off and then we're going to turn the engine over to make sure that fuel spits out of here. And if it does spit out of here, we know that the fuel delivery to the fuel pump is good. And then we can check the carburetor bowl, crack it open a little bit to make sure there's fuel in the carburetor bowl. And further than that, we probably won't do anything. We'll just take it because we'd have to take the carburetor off and see if the jets are clean and everything, and we don't want to do that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this off first, turn it over, see if fuel spits out. All right, so there's not a fuel delivery issue. The mechanical fuel pump was spitting fuel at a good rate. We tested to make sure there were no blockages in the lines going from the tank all the way back through to the carburetor. It runs for a little while and then it chokes off and dies. So it could be an issue with the carburetor tuning, which would be weird because they've had 3 successful mows of this full property. It's about 5 acres and it's got 9 hours on the machine. So it would be weird for the carburetor to go out of tune after that long to a point where it wasn't wanting to run. There could be a vacuum leak in the fuel pump that as it heats up, it gets worse. There could just be a little bit of clog in the carburetor. Trying to think of what else we could have. Could have an airflow issue. It's not pulling enough air over the venturi of the carburetor to get gas in there as it's running. But they don't want to do any more exploratory stuff because it's a brand new mower. They want to take it and see if they'll cover it under warranty. I have a feeling they're going to try and charge them anyway, which would really piss me off if they did that. But so we're going to get it loaded up on a trailer, and we'll take it to not the dealership they bought it from, but a dealership that is close by, I suppose, that Cub Cadet, because I think they bought it from Tractor Supply, but then there's like a Cub Cadet, I don't even know if it's a Cub Cadet dealership, but it's some dealership. I think it's a Gravely dealership close by that Cub Cadet or Tractor Supply told them to go to. So that's what we're going to do. The Cub Cadet is chained up, probably a little overkill. We probably could have just used ratchet straps, but I so very rarely get to use my G90 chains and chain binders that I thought it would be fun. So this is what she looks like. How far away is this place we're taking? It's down in Bradenton, right? 6 miles. Okay, that's not very far at all. And then I'll bring her back, and then I live like 2 minutes down the road, and that'll be that. And then I'll come. How long do you think? Did they give you an estimate on how long it'd take? I'll come help them pick it back up whenever they get done. We made it. Now we're going to see about getting this bad boy unloaded at Gravely of Bradenton. I'm talking to the camera, Sarah. Get off me. I hate it when people observe me. I hate being observed. All right, we're going to go figure this out. Don't want to be part of it. See, I was wasted, and I was wasting time. Hold on, I can't hear you. Sorry. We can try and drive it off. Maybe it's cold enough now that it'll run for a little while. I was showing Sarah this earlier, and I actually put this in one of my videos, but for most of these mowers, you have this little pin right here. When you pull this pin back and lock it into place like that, that pulls the hydraulic transaxle into freewheel. Basically, it allows the transaxle to bypass hydraulic fluid. I realized I stuttered when I said transaxle twice now. And then you have the mower obviously in neutral, and now that allows it to roll freely a little bit more easily, versus if you were trying to pull this with those things closed, it would not go so well for you. I mean, it would still roll, but it would be really, really slow, and if you tried to roll it any faster, it would not be good. Say what?
Don't we have a forklift to pick it up for you guys? So I have to push it all the way that way?
I mean, you can do that. I think it'll drive now that it's cooled off. It was driving for her earlier a little bit.
Oh, and it's overheated.
That's the wrong key.
Okay. Yeah, just pretty much go that way. Talk to Charlie, the service part right there. I'll put up for you guys.
Okay, yeah, I think she's handling whatever.
Oh, she is.
It's their mower. I'm just helping them bring it over here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a guy with a trailer. Nice. That's,
you got a full
that's
trailer,
cool.
everything with it.
I'm Mike, by the way.
I'm Thomas.
Nice to meet you, man.
And then, like,
if it doesn't drive, yeah, I mean, whatever. If you need to pull it with the forklift or whatever.
Should it drive?
Yeah.
It'll drive when it's cold.
Low load, it'll go.
Okay, yeah.
You see how crunchy that sounds when he's turning?
Yeah.
Something about that just doesn't sound right. Maybe I haven't driven enough zero turns.
That is what that sounded like from the get-go, and I was thinking maybe the rust will wear off or something. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's your transaxles are different than mine. So maybe it's just a different type of, you know, equipment makes a different type of noise, but I don't know. Everything good to go? Do a quick 360 for safety. The chains are in here, compressor's still there, everything's hooked up, good to go. All right, headed home. Sarah has been dropped off at her house. Whenever they get done fixing the mower, I will go back over there and help them bring it back. It's always nice to help a friend. Everybody should just be good to folks. There's no point in not being good to folks, you know? It's fun, it just makes the world a better place. Anytime you get the chance to help somebody, I don't know, makes me feel good. I really would have liked to have been able to figure out what was wrong with the mower. That fuel pump was working fine. I'm thinking it's a carburetor tuning issue or maybe a clogged jet or something. Maybe something got sucked into the carburetor bowl and got pulled in through the venturi and clogged one of the jets. But we shall see what they come up with, and hopefully they cover it under warranty. She didn't want me taking anything off of it to try and see about it just because, you know, hey, it's their prerogative. Not my money, so hopefully they don't charge me anything for it anyway. But now I'm headed home, got the trailer hooked up still, and I'll unload that and put it back under the barn and call it a day. I probably won't film any of that because there ain't no point in it. Love you. See you next time.